Hey everybody, welcome to the pre-post show. How you doing? So guys, I have an idea for a restaurant I want to run by you. I'm thinking about opening a restaurant that serves essentially the same menu as Chick-fil-A and are built near Chick-fil-A's, yet are open only on Sundays.
It can be called Chick for Gays, dude.
Well, I don't know about that, but what do you think of the premise of the restaurant?
What's
I
wrong
like
with that
it.
name?
There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't
What's
know.
wrong with the name, TJ?
I don't know,
You a
man.
fucking homophobe, dude?
No.
You know what? Have I worked with a fucking homophobe all these years? Didn't realize that about you? You're self-loathing. Aren't you bisexual?
Yeah, just self-loathing.
You're self-loathing, dude.
How
It's
are you
sad.
going to brand this thing?
I don't know yet. I was thinking about just calling it like Chick-fil-A, but we're open on Sundays. But I think they might sue me for that.
Nah, you
so.
got to come up with something devilish about it. Be like the Devil's Delight or something, you know?
Yeah, that's true. You can just,
Open only on Sundays and
Beelzebub's
Christmas.
best chicken shack.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I was watching this stupid YouTube video the other day about marketing slogans that suffered in translation, and apparently when KFC premiered in China, their famous "finger licking good" slogan,
Yeah.
translated as "so good you'll eat your fingers." So,
Whoa.
or it was like you know,
They don't have like an analog of finger licking good down
I guess not.
Well,
I guess that
a shame.
the most direct translation is about literally consuming your
That's
own
like
fingers.
a really important, you
Yeah.
know.
I must imagine people in China just like going like, damn, I'm gonna eat this. Then I want to eat my own fingers.
Yeah, it's so good that you'll be like, even my fingers with the residue of the chicken on them. I
God,
must eat."
yes. Dude,
You will devour your own fingers.
You know
The
another-
chicken is so
Another thing
good.
China couldn't understand was they brought drive-throughs to China. So McDonald's like set up stores and like they had to have like employees like hang halfway out the window like stop here because people would order, park their car, and go in and try to get their food through the drive-through.
Oh.
Which to me it was obvious because I grew up with like you always go through the drive-through. That's how it works. You know, we're Americans, we're fat and lazy, we want it quick and easy. I guess in China they're used to walking in buildings and getting their food, so they didn't understand the concept.
Well, the thing about Chinese people too is that they don't really have lines in China.
They don't have lines?
No, they don't really do lines. So you just, when you're at a place, you just push your way to the front, and it's kind of like the strong get served, you know? So,
Fuck that.
yeah, I know. And so, like, a lot of, like, they don't, like, a lot of people actually complain about Chinese tourists and stuff coming to other places because they don't really adapt to the whole line culture
oh,
thing.
dude, I have
They
a
just
fucking
want to like skip the line and
Dude, I have a
shit.
story
Yeah, they
for
just
you.
push their way to the front.
I have a fucking story for you about Chinese tourists, dude.
Cool, go ahead.
Okay. Oh my god. So we were in Orlando, and we're like, we have to get some like you know, we flew in, and we're like, oh, we need toiletries, we need some other stuff, and the nearest place to get it was Walmart. And then normally I don't ever shop Walmart because I fucking hate Walmart. They're always nasty. It's always a bunch of bullshit. There's never anyone to check you out.
Right.
But
It's
I'm
a
like,
Walmart.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. You know the deal.
Delicious Walmart.
So we have to go to fucking Walmart, and I have to take a fucking piss real bad. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta piss so fucking bad. And unbeknownst to me, like there's this Chinese guy leaving. There's a bunch of people walking back to basically like a tour group. I'm like, well, I have to take a piss really bad. I go into the bathroom, and normally Walmart bathrooms, you know, they're not that great to begin with.
They're already suspect.
I don't even fucking know how they even did this. The entire floor of the bathroom was covered in water. Just literally, like, there was shit everywhere. There was napkins and, like, toilet paper strewn everywhere. It was like they literally just went there like, wah! Like, they're just throwing shit left and right. Like, I had to piss. I'm, like, just waddling over them. Like, oh, fuck, oh, shit. There's, like, shit on the ground. There's piss everywhere. Like, they destroyed this fucking bathroom. Like, dude, if I worked at that Walmart and they're, like, clean that up after these Chinese tourists just blew it up, I'd fucking quit on the spot. It's not worth fucking $9 an hour.
Dude, they should make them go in there and mop it up, the fucking mongrels.
No, they were all just getting back on their fucking bus.
What kind
and
of
they were gonna be
uncivilized
fine.
shit is that? Do they shit all over the fucking public restrooms in China?
I guess they do.
Is that their thing over there?
I have no idea.
It's fucking Chinese people coming over here shitting in our restrooms?
Yeah, but I was hearing I saw like a secondhand story or whatever about someone who was like waiting in line and some Chinese tourist shows up and like just walks to the front and starts like demanding things and the clerk just like, ignored them and kept just doing the line.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I don't even know. How do they function as a society that way?
You just get served in the order you get served. It's kind of like, you know, like at a bar in a restaurant, like in a, you know, bar.
There have to be rules.
where you just kind of go to the front and you just hope that eventually they get to you.
There have to be rules, TJ.
Yeah, maybe I can find an article about it.
I mean, there must be some lines in China.
Why won't the Chinese line up? The title of this blog is not quite what I meant to say. It should read instead, why won't the mainland Chinese line up? The distinction is crucial. My point isn't about race. Okay, great. That's wonderful.
I'm
Unnecessary.
not racist.
Dude,
Yeah,
dude, dude,
unnecessary
dude.
caveat.
Yeah, I got to get to the fucking point where they actually stop with their long "I'm not racist" caveat and get to the point. Perhaps my own exasperation upon encountering Chinese travelers reflects contemptible self-hatred. I am Chinese American. Oh my God, it's still going. Blah 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 blah. This generalization about Chinese shoving, cutting in front of others, and being on the whole uncouth has truth to it. It, alas, is not, to be precise, racial in its basis. Oh my God! Why don't you just write an article called "I'm not racist"?
Oh my God, I just hate this.
It just
It's
goes on
this-
and on and
you
on.
can never get to the meat of anything because it's
Gotta-
all just
has to be so many fucking caveats. Why do people in China always cut in lines? Chinese do not always cut in lines. It's some people cut in lines in China, but those are the people you will notice because China, blah, 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 blah. It has nothing to do with you being a foreigner, everything to do with those line cutters having no sense of kinship with the society they live within. Those people have no sense of community and see other people as merely competition in their way, so there's no guilt felt if a line is cut. They really ruin it for everyone else around them. Different societies have different reasons for why people would become disruptive. With mainland China, it's heavily rooted in the devastation Mao Zedong, Zhao Dedong,
Zio Dadon.
wrought with the Great Leap Forward, which saw 50 plus million people starve to death. Blah 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 blah. It said they say that they created a sense of scarcity in China when so many people were starving, and kind of that's still stuck around.
Got it.
So it was
well,
like
at least that contextualizes.
it's like
it
a
little bit.
remnant of when people had to fight for their food.
Right.
So that kind of mentality never fully left, and
Well, there
people
were
still
rations
feel a
at that
sense
point,
of yeah.
so there was an impetus to push
They
yourself. to the
still
front.
feel a sense of competition with each other for resources like that, even though at this point they're plentiful.
That makes sense. Hey, you learn the more you know.
So that's part of why Chinese people cut in lines and don't believe in lines and just kind of push their way to the front of things. So that's probably another reason why they didn't understand the drive-through is what that was all getting at, is that a drive-through is essentially a line.
By necessity. Almost.
Right.
Right.
And so they don't understand that.
Well, don't forget too. We also learned from that article that the guy that wrote it is
It's
definitely not racist.
Well, I left that article and went somewhere else
Not a racist.
because that was just like I couldn't find a paragraph that
And
wasn't
this is not a racial comment.
an
this is
explanation about
cultural.
how it's not racist.
Not a racist.
I mean, it's like, can you just write something? Like, I understand, like, whatever opinion you have, there's so many people out there and so many different points of view, there's going to be people who have problems with it. You just got to ignore them and just say what you got to fucking say. You're not going to fucking convince them. Like, the fact that you have to sit there and write fucking 20 paragraphs about how not racist you are is just going to make them think you're racist even more.
But the
because
reality is-
because you feel the need to defend yourself against it.
But the reality is
Preemptively.
now we have now like a culture that celebrates being a victim, and you basically, in a sense, you arbitrate problems by going to larger, like, just groups of people and saying, hey, look, this guy that wrote this blog, who's obviously trying to have this blog be successful, is actually a racist because he said these horrible things about Chinese people. So he doesn't. So, like, the cost of just saying what he wants to say quickly is at the expense of a bunch of people who are going to be super offended.
Racist.
Yeah.
Racist.
And then
Racist.
anything he said about it, despite the fact he's Chinese American, is irrelevant. It's just, nope, you're a racist. You just hate people in mainland China. You're just this person that hates China.
How about that War Corpse guy on fucking Twitter, dude?
Fucking Booger Corpse, dude. He's still out there doing his thing, I guess.
Dude, I was just thinking about it because I went to our subreddit and I saw this.
Well, I retweeted it, and I just said presented without comment.
So this is what I saw here.
He really is your botched clone, man.
I know, and I hate it.
He really is your botched clone. And he is stupid as the day is long.
Suffering succotash.
Oh my
TJ.
God, is
Here,
he
let me
dumb.
go to the Twitter and read you
I mean, the
guys.
tweet is basically like, I think he thinks that we just get to keep all the Patreon money or something.
I mean,
I inferred from his comment that he thinks we're not taxed like everybody else is.
yeah, I don't know.
Awesome.
So here,
I'm glad
let me.
to-
I'll
And he's like, well, how would you feel if we took some of your Patreon money so that everybody can be more equal? And I was like, you do.
So check this out. This is the fucking tweet here. I'll just go to it here. For some reason, he singled out Paul
And Kyle and me and Kyle.
You
yeah.
got that because you. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
The duo of
Yeah, the
evil.
two, the two of us, a known duo on the internet.
To all content creators that use Patreon, like Kyle Kalinske and Paul's Ego, you say that healthcare should be socialized. Okay. What if Patreon did the same? They took a portion of your money and gave it to me so we'd all be equal. You'd probably be livid right about now. About it, right?
What's a false,
Sorry.
That's a false equivalency, anyways.
Right.
No, well, they do, but the thing is, they do. They do take a portion of the money that I take home from Patreon and put it towards some things, at least, presumably in our society, like welfare and education and all of that shit. So it's already happening. It's already happening. The government is already taking part of my Patreon money and distributing it amongst the rest of the populace or buying bombs with it or whatever they do with
Not only
it.
that, so Patreon takes fees.
Right.
They charge you credit card processing fees. So Patreon is taking money from every creator to build their platform out.
Right, which we understand because
And
they
then-
have to maintain.
And obviously
a
then through
fucking platform.
taxation, you're doing all those things as
Right.
well. So I mean, there's multi
Yeah,
layers.
we don't get to
this.
keep every like. Look, when you give money to us on Patreon, most of it does go to us. But like any other fucking business in America, some of it goes to the government. To operate Patreon takes a cut.
5% right
To the credit card processors, they get a cut. They don't run credit cards for fucking free.
No.
So lots of the Patreon money goes to other shit.
But it's just like, yeah, we advocate for a socialized healthcare system, which is supported by a broad tax base, which we would be part of.
Right.
Kyle Kalinske would be paying taxes out of his YouTube money and his other endeavors that go towards the fucking socialized medicine program. We would be paying money out of the Patreon dividends that we make to the government
Yeah.
to support the socialized medical endeavor.
not merely-
It's just like, and there's not a single mark of punctuation in that
I know.
anywhere.
Running
No
one
capitalization.
giant running
A
sentence.
giant run-on sentence. No capitalization. He is literally dumber than a bag of rocks, dude. A bag of rocks would probably have a more interesting take on socialized Medicare than fucking Booger Corpse does.
Well, also, the example he gave is totally flawed. It's not like you would take money from you to give to him. It's like, no, you're paying money through taxation.
That's what he's
for
talking
social
about, though.
services.
That's what he's talking about. He's talking about having to pay more taxes for other people's health care. And how would I feel if they came to my Patreon money and took some of that for the health care? They
no,
would!
I fully-
and do, idiot!
I fully understand what he said. I'm just saying, like, these people always make it about, like, redistribution of wealth. Like, I'm just going to take money from you and give it to this person.
Right.
It's like, that's not how it
'Cause
works.
The example he gives is imagine if Patreon just gave some of her money to him for no reason.
Yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't like that.
But that's
Right.
not,
But
that's not
if
how
they
it
gave it
works.
to a giant healthcare apparatus that covered all Americans, I'm okay with that. Because you know why? It's not the same thing, you twat.
Yeah, it's not just giving me money. Like, oh, great, now I'm going to go to a fucking casino and blow this on fucking red. That's not the same thing.
He's a literal dunderhead, dude. He's a dunderhead.
Oh, God, dude.
He's a moron of the highest caliber.
And still talking about, apparently, Paul and TJ.
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, it's like dude,
I forget he exists for 6-8 months at a time.
I
and then
miss
all of a
his
sudden
clocks because I've seen his shit now and it doesn't have the clocks
Yeah,
like
what are
he
the
used
Oh,
to.
he
clocks?
took his
buddy.
clocks down?
Yeah, now he's got some other bullshit. Let's just go to his channel real quick.
Yeah,
Why
look,
not?
Look at Booger Corpse and see what he's up to.
We might as well. We don't
Man.
do drama on our main show. We might as well give a little bit to these $10.
I mean, I don't even really consider this drama. We were pulled into this. He tweeted it.
Yeah,
us,
he's the
man.
one who brought. I mean, we could just not respond and be the bigger people, but
That is true.
but I don't want to because fuck this guy. He's such a twat. He's such a dumb shit retard. Oh, this is his War Corpse Live channel because that's a thing, I guess. All right, War Corpse 666. By the way, for doing 666 in your name, you sure are a little bitch, dude.
Be bored to death live.
Yeah, get bored in real time. Let's see. Fuck, does he only have one channel? What's this? There's only videos from 4 years ago now. I guess he does. Does he just do everything on this War Corpse Live channel now?
Oh, did he purge?
It looks like he did.
Oh, shit.
I don't even see any content from him in recent times. It looks like he's kind of just like
Well,
done
go to-
and Twitter trolling now.
He's off the. Yeah, dude.
Oh, so
He's
no
gone to
recent videos?
where former internet personalities go to die. The Twitter troll army, dude. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people have like taken the piss out of him.
What happened, Booger Corpse? What happened, dude?
Dude, there's only one fucking video on his goddamn channel anymore.
And it's 4 years old.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a shame. A real crime against
What a
humanity
sad
there.
thing, dude. I'm sad.
A brilliant light has been extinguished in the YouTube community, man.
Yeah, he just gave up. He just gave up and deleted all his shit, but I guess he's still trolling on Twitter. How would they like it if my... Yeah, maybe we should institute a policy program to help shitty YouTube channels.
There's nothing you could do to help a dude like War Corpse, though.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna
He's just too dumb.
War Corpse. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm gonna make this.
He ain't never gonna see
You're
this.
never gonna see this probably because it's for $10 patrons, but I'm sure one of them will tell you. If you start a Patreon, I will give you $1 a month.
I won't.
Wow.
I am willing to I'm willing to part with $12 of my money every year to help support you, War Corpse.
Hell no. Do you know what? $12 gets you a full fucking all-star breakfast, dude. Fuck
Oh,
that.
I'll get you 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that. No.
I'll do it. Hey,
No.
I did it for Brett. I'll do it for
Look,
you, War
dude.
Corpse. You could be my
That's-
pity project.
that's ridiculous.
I'll make you another offer. You save that $12 on War Corpse. You take me and Paul and buy us All-Star specials.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll
there
do
you go.
it.
All right, thank
If
you.
you guys want, after today's show, I will take you to Waffle House and buy you each an All-Star special.
Damn.
I will do that.
That's
Yeah,
delicious.
sounds good to me.
If that is what you desire,
Yeah, fuck War
I
Corpse.
shall make it happen. So fuck you, War Corpse. Your offer is rescinded. I can't even buy it. I don't know, man. These people, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. They sicken me to the core of my being.
Yeah, they're humans. That's the
I
problem.
always love tweeting about Star Wars. Did you guys see the new
I saw the new
teaser.
trailer. Yeah, I saw it.
And I was like, I bet it was like, yeah,
It wasn't even a teaser.
it was kind of a nothing. Oh, dude, the Emperor is back. Can you believe they fucking rolled his fucking old?
Well, they had to.
They had
'cause-
to because stupid Ryan Johnson killed
Snoke
Snoke.
is dead.
And then,
Had
for
to-
some reason, Kathleen Kennedy is such a retard. She just let them shit all over. Like, you wouldn't believe, for something that Disney spent $4 billion on, it's unbelievable how little of a plan they actually had. The more
Yeah.
I've looked into it, it's crazy because J.J. Abrams, he did his movie, and then he wrote out not a script for the next 2 films, but he wrote an outline of like what generally was going to happen, so there was a plan by
Right.
J.J.
It
Abrams.
was continuity.
Right. But Disney, they wanted a different director for each one. Maybe it's because the original trilogy had that and they wanted that different perspective. But when Ryan Johnson got in there, he took J.J. Abrams' outline, he crumpled it up in a fucking ball and threw it in the fucking trash. And he just did whatever the fuck he wanted and no one stopped him. This guy, they just gave him total absolute control over a fucking $4 billion franchise. No one stepped in. No one stopped him.
How the fuck is Palpatine back?
Right.
He was thrown into a fucking pit.
Yeah.
And disintegrated before our eyes.
Well, maybe he'll be a Force ghost, dude. Maybe there's
back,
going to be a
It's just
Palpatine Force
every
ghost.
single character from this original trilogy that anybody has any affinity for is going to be dragged back through the reimagination
Yeah, they
mud.
got Lando too.
Before this is over, they got
I'm
Lando,
back!
they got Han, they got Chewie, they got Luke and Leia, they got fucking everybody.
Everyone's
Everybody.
back.
Jabba the Hutt's probably going to come back all old and crusty.
Dude, I hope Jabba's back, dude.
I don't.
I want Jabba
I
back.
don't. I hope
wanna see
Jabba
old
is
Jabba, dude.
Dude,
dead
old
on that
Jabba.
fucking sand planet.
Old Jabba, dude.
I'm for old Jabba.
No. fuck.
Team old
Then
Jabba.
if you want old Jabba, go back and watch Return of the Jedi.
No,
then.
I want old Jabba. That's young Jabba. Who's
Oh my
now
God.
old.
No,
I
thought you meant old Jabba.
No,
like,
no. I want old Jabba.
Yeah,
I want to
like
see
old man
old
Jabba.
man
I want to
Jabba.
see Jabba. I want Jabba the Hutt. It turns out
I survived.
It's not as easy to strangle a hut.
and he's all crusty and shit.
Yeah, he's got
Fucking-
a big old beard.
He's got like liver spots all over him and fucking shit. He's got some gray hairs, even though he never had hair before.
Well, didn't they bring J.J. Abrams back to the last
They did.
one? Yeah, so.
And J.J. Abrams, the circumstances he came back under is crazy, because basically the last movie fucking sucked, and
Yes.
Disney knows it. So they go to J.J. Abrams and they basically beg him to come back. And the movie already has a release date, and they're basically like, you have 2 years to make a movie happen by this release date. Will you
Right.
do it? And he was like, at first, like, no. And then I guess they waved enough money in his face where he's like, all right, I'll try. So,
I don't think with
the
him-
reason Palpatine is back is because, frankly, he doesn't even know what the fuck to do,
I think,
probably.
honestly, probably more so than even just the money. 'Cause I'm sure J.J. Abrams is already fucking loaded. It was probably just they had to give a bunch of control. Like, I can basically do whatever I want. And they're probably like, okay.
Well, they had Disney was already doing that with their directors because, like I said, Rian Johnson, who's not some big, powerful name in the industry, was able to just come in and just take complete control of a $4 billion
And
franchise.
run into the fucking ground.
No
dude.
one stopped him. No one said, hey, this is stupid. No one said, hey, this direction is wrong. They just went along with whatever the fuck he wanted.
Now, I got a lot of shit for saying that. I thought it was better than the prequels. How do you guys feel the new
It
ones?
is better than the prequels.
And I mean, look, I think they're both shitty, but I mean, the prequels are just a special kind of shit.
I don't know, man. I'd have to. It's been so long since I watched the prequels that I'd have to see them.
Go
again
watch
to
the
act-
Phantom.
to honestly.
I'll tell you what. Go
call
watch
it.
the Phantom Menace, and then just think about the other ones. The new
I
ones.
think they're
you've seen.
both dismal.
Yeah, they're both.
The
I think
Phantom
they're
Menace
both
is the worst
dismal.
one, dude. The worst.
It's like
Star
looking
Wars
at
movie.
two dog turds laying on the sidewalk and going like, which one of these is grosser? It's like, yeah, one might be runnier and smellier and
I'm sorry.
riper.
Yeah,
but
one is clearly grosser, but yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
I
who
mean, ultimately, I
cares?
agree
'Cause
with you,
ultimately,
yeah.
they both suck. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, I mean, we definitely live in a world now where there's way more shitty Star Wars movies than good ones. So that's depressing. But anyway, that's 20 minutes, so we're good. Thank you guys for tuning in to the pre-post show. See you again on Friday with another pre-post show. Enjoy your week.